Yo, 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 welcome to Album of the Week, a new segment where I talk to you guys about what has been the most significant record of my listening rotation over the past 7 days. Enjoy. I'm Camden. Welcome to Album of the Week. It's Monday, July 31st, and my Album of the Week for last week was Departure by Nujabes and Fat John from 2004. If I own this album physically, I would love to show you. I really wish I did, but sadly, it's super expensive. This is the first of 4 soundtrack albums for the show Samurai Champloo, one of my favorite anime shows. A really unique, tender approach to jazz and hip-hop that went on to sort of popularize the lo-fi beats to study to. This was almost like the origin point for that, really. Nujabes in particular went on to become like an underground hip-hop legend. He passed away very young, unfortunately, rest in peace to him. I remember I became a big fan of Samurai Champloo and a fan of Nujabes separately. A friend of mine once messaged me Metaphorical Music by Nujabes, and I got into him that way, but I had no idea he had anything to do with Samurai Champloo, which I was already a fan of. And years later I discovered the correlation and I was like, what the heck, that makes so much sense. There are 17 tracks on this album, not a very attention demanding album because obviously it is designed to be a soundtrack for the show, but it works very well as just an independent listen, separate from the show. You can just enjoy this music pretty easily. I honestly struggle to imagine a situation where these songs wouldn't be just a really lovely soundtrack to it, and that's why I think I've been listening to it so much. I've been sort of ending my day with Departure consistently for about a week. There are 7 tracks on it produced by Nujabes and 10 tracks produced by Fat John. Nujabes is normally the name that gets all the shine, which is great, deservedly so, but yeah, Fat John is a very important part of not just why this album's so great, but also just pushing forward this sound and innovating on it in the way he did. I want to shout out his very swanky shakers on the track Stay. There's a really eerie curiosity going on with these string samples on the song Chambers. Just something about it just sounds so moving. And the chords on Ask are just beautiful, so gentle. Come on, man. It's gorgeous. And yeah, of course, you can't not bring up the amazing music that Nujabes did deliver here. Opening track Battle Cry, which is also the opening credits title sequence music for the show. Strong like an edge of a samurai sword, the mental blade cut through flesh and bone. No more mind at peace, the word out of order, listen then the heat that gets colder. It's perfect. It's just there are these piano notes that come in that are out of key. They're completely off key, but and they shouldn't work, but they sound brilliant. I kind of interpret that as sort of like a mirroring of the lead character of the show, Mugen, who I actually have a little print of. Shout out to Rose Micho for selling me that at Comic-Con. She was really nice and extremely talented, obviously. He as a character, he's very haphazard, very nonchalant about his recklessness, yet somehow he always lands on his feet. And I find those notes, feels like it shouldn't work, it should all fall apart, but it just fits. Ultimately, this album was the world's introduction to Nujabes and the sounds of Japanese hip-hop and lo-fi hip-hop, and what a great one it was. There is probably an argument to be made that without this record and the subsequent soundtracks and Nujabes' music, that we wouldn't have those lo-fi hip-hop streams that are so popular. Hell, I even saw on Rocket League, the game, the driving football game, there's an option to change the playlist of the main menu music to lo-fi hip-hop. It's weird seeing how this is sort of spread in just strange little corners like that. This album is not available on streaming platforms, but you can listen to the entire thing on YouTube and SoundCloud. I recommend you take some time just to go on YouTube and type in Nujabes, and you're going to get plenty of great stuff. This album will probably come up. Just sit back, hit play, and enjoy. It's been a really delightful escape lately to listen to. And yeah, that's my album of the week. It's Monday today, so I'm going to go and find something else to fall in love with, and I'll tell you what that is next week. Can't wait to see how long it takes for me to forget to keep this up. Give it a month.